Hi everybody, it's Des Pheby here from the Franchise Entrepreneur. This is our first podcast, and today I just want to tell you a little bit about what the Franchise Entrepreneur is all about. So what can you expect from a franchise entrepreneur? Well, the clue is, I guess it's in the name. Franchising is something that we specialise in, something that is close to my heart and something I've been doing now for a number of years. Now, I want to talk to you about everything to do with franchising in any kind of format, any kind of business sector. I want to talk to you about entrepreneurship in general, whether that's from a young age to doing, some selling on eBay to potentially going into franchising or opening up a restaurant or anything, opening up a gym. I want to be able to talk to you about any of that. I want to talk about other areas of what's happening on the high street, about retail, about the restaurant trade. We're going to have a really wide variety of subjects that we're going to be talking about. Things that just my opinion on many subjects, but in other areas where I feel more expert to make those comments on and to help encourage, motivate people, particularly on franchising, and maybe make those people realise what franchising can do to them, their lifestyle, the changes in their life that they can aspire to and achieve. One of my bigger motivations to do podcasting on franchising in particular is that there's so much misinformation out there on franchising. How difficult it is. I've spoken to consultants and they've told me how difficult it is, and that you should only be doing it if you've got a business that's been up and running for X amount of years and everything's got to be perfect before you franchise. And there's so much crap about it. I've been there, done it. I've got the t-shirt for it. A lot of these consultants that you're talking to and listening to are people who are accountants, solicitors, who've never actually done it. They may have helped people to franchise, but they've never actually owned those businesses themselves. There's a massive difference between owning it and doing it and actually talking about it and showing someone what to do from a textbook. So I'm the person you need to come to. I'm the person that you need to listen to. I've been there, done it. I can show you the pitfalls. I can show you the opportunities. And boy, there are so many opportunities out there. I'm only touching the surface of the opportunities. Did you know that there's probably at least 15 revenue earning opportunities from franchising? And there's another one that people don't even talk about. You create a brand for yourself personally as well. You will be known for that brand. You can create another revenue opportunity just from your own personal branding, doing things like this podcast, doing things like your social media. No franchise consultant's going to talk to you about that because they don't know about it. They don't understand it. I do, because I'm doing it. So there's a whole hidden world there for franchising. It's not just the old school approach to franchising. There are so many different ways in which you can approach franchising, from different revenue streams in terms of what you charge for, what you services that you provide for, and also what you should be expecting from franchising. It's not you switch a button, you're earning hundreds of £1,000s from day one. There's work involved, there's things that you have to systemize, there's processes that you have to go through. Absolutely. but it doesn't have to be something that you need to be scared of, worried about, something that's going to put you off. Fear is your enemy. Fear is what will stop you from taking your business to the next level. And some of that fear is created by some of the people that you are going to be talking to. Some of these consultants, some of these accountants who have got very limited understanding on what franchising is about and the opportunities that it presents. And when I'm talking about opportunities, I don't want to oversell it, but I don't want to undersell it either, because this could change your life. You can go from one business, one store, one retail outlet, one gym, one estate agent, one restaurant, to multiple sites in a relatively short period of time. And then you can start to create a base where you can start to earn what they call passive income. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about passive income, because I don't believe that anything is truly passive, but you can create a base where there are multiple revenue streams coming in, which will change your life. Once you've broken your duck, once you've got your first full-fledgling franchisee, and you learn from those mistakes, and I think this is an important part here. When you're doing your early stage franchising, you're going to hear that, oh, you should only start doing it once you've hit certain benchmarks and you've got everything fully systemized, you've got all of your ducks in a row, and everything is perfect. Well, you don't need to wait until everything's perfect. You start now, you make perfect later. And that goes against the grain on what a lot of consultants will tell you, a lot of accountants and a lot of solicitors will tell you. But I'm a firm believer in it because I've done it. And if you wait until you're perfect, you'll be waiting until you're old and grey. So get out there, get it done. There are certain things that you need to do. There are processes that need to be in place in order for it to be a successful franchise. And those are largely around your operations manual, your documentation, your legal documents, and protecting your trademarks, etc. Once you've done those, you can move on. You can move on to the franchising. The franchising part is, I think, a much easier process than people will let on. And then you move on to bringing in new franchises. Now, this is something, again, that people might say to you that it's very difficult. It's difficult to attract them. It's finding the right people, finding the right portals. You know, again, you're going to need consultants to help you with this. You don't need consultants to help you with this at all. In this day and age, with your access to the internet, your iPhone, your website, you should be able to attract a fairly consistent stream of inquiries on franchising from an early stage. I can show you how to do that. I can talk to you about that. This is not something you have to spend thousands and thousands of pounds to consultants in order for you to attract franchises in. And let's be clear here, you're not talking about attracting dozens of franchises from day one. You don't want to do that. You want one franchisee to start with. Build with them, make it a partnership, make sure that they understand that you are new to franchising. There's nothing wrong with you saying that. Let's be clear, be upfront, be honest, say to them, look, you are going to be our first franchisee, and because you're our first franchisee, you're going to get a better deal than someone that's going to come along and is going to be my 20th or my 10th or my 15th franchisee. So in appreciation for the fact that you're going to be patient, yes, we're going to make a few mistakes along the road, we're going to learn together, I'm going to expect good feedback from you on what is right, what isn't right, what works, what doesn't work, and you'll help me develop that franchise to to the next level. And in reflection of that help, you will give them a much better deal. So that could materialize itself in terms of lower franchise fees, franchise holiday payment, free support, all sorts of things that you might want to throw in there as an incentive. That's the way to do it. That's the way to get this off the ground relatively quickly, relatively painlessly. You benefit, the franchisee benefits, you then move on to the second one. This isn't about completely rewriting your operations manual. It's about understanding the fact that the operations manual is not going to be perfect from day one. Your systems are not going to be perfect from day one. I've been doing this for 10 years now, and we always review our operations manual. We always are updating it. There's no such thing as being perfect. Subway, McDonald's, everyone, they are constantly looking at better ways of doing things. You're not talking about a complete rewrite here. You're not asking that your first franchise to write the whole operations manual for you or change your complete concept. You're just recognizing the fact that you are not perfect at the start. And that's my point. You do not need to wait until you're perfect. The things that you're going to hear from the Franchise Entrepreneur podcast is quite unique because we are doing it on a regular basis. As I said, we're not consultants, we're not accountants or solicitors who have just read the textbooks, been on a couple of courses and then think that they know all the answers and are showing people how to franchise. We're doing it day in, day out. And it isn't just about franchising, it's about entrepreneurship, it's about my journey. And what I'm trying to do is take you through my journey, explain my journey to you, where I came from, how I've got to where I have in my journey on franchising, to my 22 stores and to my multiple brands, and help you to get to where I am now. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I am the world's leading expert. This is about me showing you where I am, telling you my story, and hopefully you being able to learn from everything that I'm sharing with you. All the content that I'm sharing you for free to help you get to the stage where I am. And by the time you get to the stage where I am, I'm hoping that I would have moved on to the next stage. And again, you can come with me on my journey. We can get you onto your journey for you to get to the lifestyle that you want. And that's what it's about. Everyone wants a better life for themselves, for their family. And this could be about you wanting to leave a legacy for your family, for you to create an empire. There's nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing about being embarrassed about telling that out loud. I want to build a bigger business. I want to grow an empire. I want to leave something substantial behind for my children if they want to get involved in it. The chances are my children are going to want to get more involved in a business that has multiple opportunities for them rather than one small business. Let me talk to you from a restaurant perspective. We've all seen family businesses that are just disappearing. It's particularly relevant to restaurants. Indian families, Chinese, pubs, etc., etc. Kids don't want to work in them anymore. Their aspirations have grown. They don't want to go into the family business anymore. They've been to university. They're doing something that maybe you never got the opportunity to do, to go to university. And now their aspirations are a lot higher. They want to do different things. They want to be the solicitors. They want to be the lawyers. They want to be the accountants, etc., etc. Oh, Dad, they've seen you slogging your guts out for years. They don't want that. They want to work in your restaurant. They don't want to take that restaurant over. So what do? What should you do? What you should be doing now? Whilst they are young, maybe they're not even born yet. Maybe this is an aspiration. But you should be looking at how you keep your family interested in your business. There's no guarantees that they're going to want to stay in it, but the more you expand that business, maybe move into different different areas of the business. So for instance, in my business, we're all about restaurants, our own restaurants, but we're also franchising concepts. We're creating concepts that are all slightly different. So yes, we're still in the food and beverage industry, but what we've also got is a shop fit business. So we're going off in a slightly different direction there. We've also created a media company for podcasts, as I'm doing at the moment, which is going to go out from our own company called Udon Media. Still has a food kind of connotation there, and that's going to be for personal branding, social media. We're also doing coaching, mentoring. We're also just about to start in the next few months an academy called the Franchise Entrepreneurs Academy. Now that's going to be a training academy. It's going to do motivational speaking. It's going to do coaching, mentoring. We're going to create our own school where we're going to be teaching people how to franchise their businesses. We're going to talk all about the things that we're going to be discussing on the podcast. So again, it's becoming a much bigger business, a wider variety. So the options for my children when they get to an age where they may or may not be interested in coming into the business will be that, look, it's not just about restaurants, it's not about just managing those, it's not just about growing those brands, it's also about marketing opportunities. Those businesses will be more substantial. They're going to need accountants, solicitors. We will need a property surveyor. We will need a shop fit design. We will have social media. We will have coaching, mentoring, speaking, training, all sorts of different courses, so that the job becomes a much more interesting and wider variety prospect for them. More likely for them to stay within the business. The franchise entrepreneur, it's about motivation, it's about public speaking, it's about coaching, mentoring. It's not just about franchising, it's bigger than franchising. I want to rip up what you know about franchising, and I want to disrupt this industry. I want you to be coming to me as this expert about franchising and get a completely different view on it than you would get anywhere else, from any consultant, from any solicitor, from any accountant, from anyone else that's talking about franchising, because I've not seen anyone out there doing it the way in which I'm doing it. This is all about aspirations. This is about you changing your lifestyle, giving you the opportunity, making you realize the opportunity, telling yourself that you deserve this opportunity to take you, your family, your business and create something bigger, better than what is there right now. This isn't about some stuffy seminar, about any PowerPoint presentations. This is aspirational. This is about facts, absolutely facts. This is from someone that has not only done it, been there, seen it, and wears a t-shirt. Completely unique to the market. Franchising isn't just about presenting a systemized business that can be replicated. This is about you aspiring to something better than what you have now. This is taking it and giving it a completely different view. I want you to think about franchising in a completely different way from what you've heard. Forget about your courses that you've gone on to or your seminars that you've gone on to from the British Franchise Association. Forget about those. Forget about what your accountant said to you. Forget about what your solicitor said to you. This is about you aspiring to something better than what you currently have. This is about you taking your business and making it bigger, making a an empire, and don't be embarrassed by that. What's there to be embarrassed about? There's nothing wrong with you saying that you want something bigger and better for your family and you want to earn money from it. These seminars, the franchise entrepreneur, is all about you. It's all about getting you and creating your story and taking you from where you are right now to where I am now, being part of my journey, helping you to get to where I am and then surpassing where I am. By the time you get to where I am, I'm hoping that I will be further along the road. So we all win.